can't do what we're going to do without you guys. We need your help. We need your suggestions. I mean, we could do it, but we'd look like damn fools. So what we need is for you to give us suggestions during the day. So if I said, ma'am, what's your favorite color? Blue. It's that simple. If I said, what kind of car do you drive?
Ford.
What was it?
Ford Fusion.
A Ford Fusion. It's that simple. So all you have to do is give random suggestions. In fact, seeing a few of you walk in now, this is the last chance I'm going to say it. There's some strips of paper and solidary pen on your tables. Take the time to write down a suggestion. It can be something funny you heard someone say, something from a movie, a TV show, and just put it in either the silver bucket or this bowl in here, and near the end of the show we'll be using them in a scene. So to get us started, we have a game called One Voice Interview, and it's going to be for myself, Erin, and Saria. In this game, we're going to have a two-headed expert, and they are going to be an expert in the field of anything. So, what is a subject you would love to know more of?
Underwear.
Underwear, thank you. So, you're going to be an expert in the field of underwear.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NPR Extreme! We have a field expert that you are just going to love. You are going to be dropping like flies. And speaking of dropping, they are an expert in underwear. Just like panties and boxers and boxer briefs. What got you into this field?
When I grew up without cloths. So I had to learn how to get underwear from other people, and it inspired me to open my own company.
You know, I've been on downtowns myself. How did you sneak around and steal without anyone noticing?
Well, I found between the hours of 2 and 3 a.m., people tend to be asleep, so I would jimmy the lock, get in the door, and get back out.
Now, a lot of our listeners are listening to the streaming podcast, so I gotta know, which 2 to 4 is the best? Which time zone?
Eastern Australian.
Eastern Australia. So you're saying that closer to 6 to 7 at night is the best time?
You'd be surprised.
I mean, I understand a lot of people watching primetime lineups, but I'm just shocked. Now, I know you have a large range of your collection, your underwear collection that you sell and you steal. What is your favorite type?
Well, I would say the kind with the zebra, the animal print, possibly a little pinstripe.
The Zuma brand, I understand. So I gotta know, what got you fascinated about the zebra? I mean, it's such an interesting creature. Not quite one horse, not quite the other. It's like a mix.
I grew up on a farm of zebras, and I learned how to take their fur, pet it, and just get it and make it into stuff.
Well, I know you weren't going in this direction per se, but I have to know. How do you delouse the zebra fur?
You take it up to PetSmart, and they have a zebra delousing program.
I've been to PetSmart several times. I've never seen it. Where exactly in the store is that located?
It's located way in the back, past all the turtle stuff.
I mean, no one's going to go past the turtles. It just makes sense. Well, I know you have a new commercial coming up, and all our listeners are getting ready for it. Could you please do a little bit of the jingle that you have for that commercial?
Zebras, fur, on you.
I wasn't going to buy it at first, and then you said that, and you, and I'm like, I have to. So, a lot of people know that you go to certain retail outlets, but I heard that you created a new website. What is the address for that website?
www.zebrasarehotandsoamI.com.
You can't really tell, but you know what? You are quite an attractive person. You know what? I noticed that the zebra, it's all over your outfit. What kind of outfit is it? It looks like a jacket and a toga mix.
It's a frock.
Frock? Well, for those, could you just give a little bit, could you describe the inside of that? Because it's so, I wish you could see that.
It has lizard scales, and it's sort of designed so I can massage while I'm wearing it. I have to make sure I don't have anything on under it, and it's sort of just, it's on my skin.
I was wondering why you weren't wearing a shirt. I'm glad you brought that up. Well, we have just a little bit of time. I heard that there was an article in one of the highest fashion magazines, and they gave you a glorious review. Could you just read about it, because it's really inspiring?
I brought it with me, actually.
Oh, thank you.
Glamour review of horses and zebras and the like. Pink is out, animal fur is in. Go to PetSmart, get it washed, get it buzzed. That's about it.
I'm glad you reminded people, you can only, this is not even dry clean only, it has to go to PetSmart to get laundered. So just remember, you can find so many, just check your, just Yellow Pages if you have them still, or just Google Maps, you'll find a PetSmart. Just go to the very back, behind the turtles, right?
Right.
And you can get that thing laundered. And just remember the price range of your outfits, because they're so great.
They range from 400 pesos to 600 rupees, and then so universal.
It is so universal. I have to say that I have a pair that I bought when you came on, and I just traded chicken for it. So it was great. I want to thank you so much. As we go, could you please sing that song again?
Feel it. It changes every time. You gotta get into it. Sing it with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have cooking with meth and crackers. That's coming up right after the commercial break. Thank you. Our next game is for AJ, Erin, and myself, and I will let them go outside so I can explain this. It's a game called Murder, Murder, Die. So this one's going to be a little bit more interesting tonight because we have all these dangerous obstacles on the stage. So what's going to happen is there has been a grisly murder on the stage, and we're going to have to explain it to each other using only charades and gibberish. So if it was a plane, I might go, yeah, 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 and just pretend to fly around. It's that simple. But we need a location, an occupation, and a murder weapon. Once we explain it, each one of those individually will get a hey. And when they understand, we'll get a high five. Then we'll move on to the next object. And when all three of those have happened, the person that just explained it will be murdered, and another person will be brought in. So when we switch people, I need your help and just go, murder! We're going to wait until we do it really loud so we can get all our things we need. So, what is a location that might fit on stage or might not even fit on the stage?
The infield at the Derby.
What was that?
The infield at the Derby.
I'm going to go with Castle. We've got Derby twice in some of the jams. What is an occupation besides a king or a jester that might, the murderer might be?
McDonald's employee.
Jester.
Cleaning witch.
What?
Jesters.
Oh, okay.
Cleaning witch.
And yours again, sir?
McDonald's employee.
I'm going to be a janitor at McDonald's. And I need an unusual murder weapon that a janitor wouldn't use at a castle. What was it?
A mop.
Okay, I can do a mop. So since I'm doing a mop, I'll go straight to a McDonald's worker then. So again, castle, McDonald's worker, and a mop.
Si foto what the fuck? Se você pensa em vaca fosse o dobro. Se C'est faux. C'est faux, c'est faux, c'est faux. C'est faux.
Oh, hey!
C'est faux, c'est faux, c'est faux, c'est faux, c'est faux. C'est faux, c'est faux, c'est faux. Ah, non, c'est pas toi, c'est...
But in the,
Aw, you guys. Ah, yeah.
We will see. Surya, where was our location?
Was it like a Grim Reaper cemetery?
is it a guillotine?
Chopping block, guillotine, castle.
Castle.
No, but I went right there. I was trying to say a castle. You said no.
I thought you were doing something else. Okay.
Okay.
What was our occupation?
A waitress?
Like the first thing in the order of McDonald's?
McDonald's work.
McDonald's, that's right. I thought you were doing Burger King. And what was our murder weapon?
A mop.
A mop. Our next game, if in case you like all that gibberish, but you want to know what was being said, we have a game called Gibberish Lecture, and it's for Surya and JD. So let's hear it for Surya and JD. And in this game, we have an expert in the field of something. What is something you really wish that was taught in school?
Pterodactyls.
Pterodactyls! You are an expert in the field of pterodactyls. And the thing is, though, JD can only speak a language that only one person here in this room, in this building, in this state can understand, and that's Surya. So she's going to translate this wonderful lecture about pterodactyls.
Welcome, friends, to the Coffee House Readings. Today we have Jessica Chu to give her lecture on pterodactyls.
Siendo pusetenie, ukostana popede, nistiede pusania, pusa, presmiene, pusminia, putania, senio, besania.
My family and I grew up in a remote part of China. We lived in a jungle, and they had pterodactyls.
Senyana, so putiana sana, tikesie, pute, pusien du pow, pow, distendo lucine.
I was a twin. My sister, the twin, she was a lot less brave than I was, so I had to train her in being able to sit with me and watching the pterodactyls until it was time to shoot them, and she always cried.
Semia to sanegete, sis puso pupaka, shena to pase, sis mumah, push poso. Gasimiente kusana pupaya tisha, popo senye unsanya ukese, unye kupasa.
I was a lot more sexual than my twin. I found that if I taught her my ways, she would feel a little bit more free and able to be herself while she watched the pterodactyls. And I found that she was able to just kind of turn it on and be fierce and shoot when the time was right.
Monsiene, Congo, Bashene, Gosse, Vegas, Sonye, Pese, Goniene, Gopese, Kupala, Conchene,
One day, we were both just perched on a branch. We had the best view of the big pterodactyl that we had our eyes on. And we were just doing our thing. I was teaching her my sexual dance. And then, as we were playing this handshake we had, the pterodactyl came out at us and just kind of did this sort of throw-up thing. The sexual dance did not help my sister, and she passed out, and it was just me and the pterodactyl.
His Senya Bubada Seke, Senya Ba Seke, Sukenya Bana, Shene, Nye, Nya, Ne, Isiene Bus Sanya Skemo, Goshke, 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 Gonyana Pusei, Goshke.
Even though the original plan was to kill the pterodactyl, right when I was about to shoot it, I realized it wanted to be my friend. So I decided to teach it my sexual dance. I just passed that along to anyone that wants it. The pterodactyl's turn to get this. We sort of danced together. The tree branch, my sister was still passed out. But it didn't matter, it was just me and the pterodactyl. I thought I had talked it into coming with me, but then it said it had to go. It said it had to leave. So I grabbed its small tail and I hung on because I didn't have friends. And I tried to get it to stay with me. My sister was out. I didn't have any. And it flew off and I was left watching it from a distance.
Kasenia Pocheneretas, Kosenia Po Skikiera, Kusenia Potiata, Koskie, Kupas, Niene, Kiskana, Pa, Skania, Skika, Daya, Senia, Pasa, Kenya.
I decided to open up a museum, and I created statues of pterodactyls, and a lot of people came, and I was one of the exhibits. At this museum, it was a live exhibit, and I did my dance for everyone to see.
Kasenia Potana, Kenya.
And that was my life.
Consider yourself lucky because I think AJ's the only one who saw that dance before, right? So, next up in the game, and I'm going to let AJ help introduce this because it's called press conference and for everyone and myself. So let's hear it from me on this guy.
All right, now that we got that guy out of here, this game press conference, what's going to happen is we're going to have Kip come back, but when he comes back, he will no longer longer be Kemp. He will be whatever dashing celebrity you decide to choose to make him. So what we need from you all is a suggestion, and what we will become out in the audience, we will be press conference. We will be members of the press who will be asking that celebrity the question in order to guide him toward the answer of who he is. And the way you all will help us, besides giving us the celebrity, is whenever he's getting a little closer, you give us a golf clap, a little demonstration. Okay. And then when he gets warmer, you get louder and louder. And when he's got it, you get it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, now get it out of here. Okay. So now, all right, now that we've got that false start out of the way, now we need a suggestion as to who our celebrity will be.
Bruce Jenner.
Bruce?
Gary Busey.
No, we're taking Bruce. I'm just glad I'm not the celebrity. All right. So, sorry. Oh, yes. We're ready. We're ready. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Sure, yeah, sorry. I was talking to these two guys. They're real interesting guys. But I need to talk to you because I know there's a lot of rumors going around. I want to address them right now and get to the bottom of this. So just throw it out there. I will answer anything. Yes.
Carrie White, Telekinesis Monthly.
You already know my answer, am I right?
Yeah, right. What's it like being the prettiest person in your family?
It's my burden, my curse, my gift. There's a lot of attractive people in my family. I mean, I am from an offshoot of the Stamos. So I'm just, my genes, I can't even help it. I don't even have to use like mouthwash in the morning. I just smell like roses all day. And yes.
John Myth here from Sexy Love magazine. And what I was wondering was if you had any tips, or if you picked up any tips from your family about the perfect lighting for a love tape.
I have, and I just want to say, I am so happy of your new name, John Myth. I am so tired of the old one, John Legend. But I gotta tell you right now, we are an alliterative family, and I will tell you right now that we train each other. We homeschool each other just the perfect like night vision techniques. We are amateur filmmakers, as everyone knows. I'm sure you've seen the video, and you're welcome. But it's just one of those things where we're like, we could get a check from a reality TV show, but we're like, we want to do more. We want to give back to the community. We want to give some diseases to the community, is what I'm saying. But you know, it's my gift to them.
Carrie White, again, when exactly did you decide that an Adam's apple was just too much work?
Well, you know, I didn't really decide. I read a book you may have heard of called The Bible, and I was like, that apple's pretty tricky. And if he had that, I don't want it. So I just had that completely removed. I was like, please don't cut my vocal cords because I need to talk. And as you can tell, I got a lower voice right now, so it's a little bit tricky, but it's an ongoing process. Yes.
Karen from Cat Fancy. So tell me, how is the relationship going with the missus? Because if I look at the tabloids, it's on again, off again.
Well, I have to say, we've had our tough times. And I'm sure everyone knows, they see it, they read about it. But to be fair, we weren't even that good to begin with. Because I mean, all our daughters, they're always so annoying, you know? And I was thinking that, like, God, how many basketball players does she have to school? I said, get out of here. And then I said like 5 words that had a K with them, just so it would be alliterative. They don't. Yeah. I said Chloe and Kim and Courtney and stop having so many people, because I have not jumped off of these high dives just to do it. Oh, I got confused when you said who was the missus here, because he's going through his own thing too. But I feel like we're playing a game of mouse and cat, I think. Or close. But you know what? I say, Bruce Jenner, you get out of here. I would love to catch up more, but I have to keep up with my own daughters. Let's hear it for these guys. They make their way back. Our next game is for myself and Erin. And AJ, you will be ringing the bell on this. That should give you kind of a clue of what this game is. It is Ring My Bell. And here is the titular bell. And in this game, if at any point AJ doesn't like where we've gone with this the scene, he will ring it and make us change what we just said or did. So he could say, if one of us said, I have a brother, I have a sister, I have a drinking problem. It works just that way. So, AJ, could you get a suggestion for us?
Absolutely. All right, in order to get this scene started, I am going to need from you all, I need an occupation that you don't need a high school education to have.
Kardashian.
Let's go with something that we did.
All right, let's actually get a job, since they won't.
Donut homemaker.
Donut hole maker.
Donut hole maker, all right. And we have a sister, donut hole maker.
Oh, I just put in a fresh batch.
Okay.
I have my trusty ice pick. I'm just going to stab them.
Yeah, that's the best way to not get burned.
Well, I was just thinking about making new ways of holes, but yeah, you got a point.
That's genius. I was just going to use my finger. That's genius. I was just going to twitch it with my toe. That's genius. I was just going to take it and sit on it.
You know, I used to do that, but it just doesn't feel right anymore. I like doing more modern things. It's too old-fashioned to use your ring.
Yeah, you're right. Health and safety these days is probably not the best idea.
I mean, it's not like we have the healthy streets. Well, it's not like anyone ever noticed the F on the window. You know what? People they've always complained. I mean, I watch every day, but they just don't like the taste.
Well, it might also be the smell.
You notice?
Well, it might also be that bow tie.
Fine, I'll throw that in the fryer too.
Oh, fried bow tie later. You know what? Let's put in some pennies for good measure. You know what? Let's put in this little lizard I found outside just to see if he crisps up. You know what? I'm thinking that my hair pick might taste real good later. You know what? I think I've got a dead body in the trunk.
Well, better be the big fryer after that. Yeah, I was just behind this curtain the whole time. We don't use it often. You know, it's great. I mean, I used to use it when I was working in Chicago because we had so many good vines.
That makes sense. It's a dangerous city.
Well, I mean, also I work for, some legitimate guys. I work for some not so shady guys. I worked for the best boss ever. He had a mug that said it, and it was awesome. I worked out of my own house, and I don't really trust me.
I mean, you did throw a bow tie in the fryer. I don't know.
Well, I'm easily suggested.
That's real. You know what? We've got half a dozen orders for tomorrow for the derby.
We do!
Yeah.
Oh, I better get to work. You know what? I can use the big fryer. I can get more work done.
That's a great idea. You think we also have room for the body too?
Yeah, we can use them as a tray. We just dip them in, and we'll get both of them at the same time.
With sprinkles. Oh, with some of that green icing I made yesterday. Oh, with maybe pineapple. Oh, maybe we could also get a hooker and just put her into. Or maybe we could take some grease from underneath my Honda CRV and just wipe it all over there. Maybe we could take pencils, sharpen them, put them in the fryer as well, because I'm feeling like I need something crunchy.
I borrowed all these pins from the bank there in the store. We can just stab them in the body. Oh, we put the donuts on the pins. I did study 5 years of it. I did watch my nephew draw a picture of me. I didn't think it looked like it, but it inspired me so much. You know what? I don't know art, but I know what I like. I like doing this.
I like the creepy shit you come up with. I like it when your mind goes to really morbid places.
You know what? You wouldn't believe me, but I was the inspiration for the Addams Family.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have believed that. You're absolutely right. Well, that's impressive.
Okay. I didn't want to have to do this, but just hand me that light bulb. Yeah, that's me. I was on Fester.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that smell you were talking about?
Right.
That was me festering. Our next game is a game for AJ and me. It's called Paper Chase. So now is your last chance. If you have any paper strips left that you filled out, please either put them in this bucket or this bowl, and we're going to use them. So, okay.
Anybody have any paper strips?
Yeah,
You guys have any up there? Nope. All right.
Once that ball comes up, we will have AJ do the rest of it. And what we need is, can we please have a relationship for the two of us besides lovers?
Mechanic and auto owner.
Okay, an auto owner and mechanic. Thank you. I want you to make sure you use a synthetic oil because this is my baby.
Yeah, we're all out. But I can suggest a nice natural blend.
I'm a little bit weary of natural things. If they do not come from Rainbow Blossom, I don't believe them.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, you come to the wrong place with that silly stuff. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Anybody who doesn't want a natural blend of oil, I can't trust them. It's like my master mechanic taught me when he said, that Russian chick from Dodgeball. She was the most natural thing he had ever seen. Was not to be trusted.
Well, you can trust me completely because I will have you know I spent 7 years in Russia. And I was on my own varsity volleyball.
There are.
Yeah. And it's not exactly dodgeball, but when you get hit in the face with a ball, it feels just as painful. I remember I was outside in the red square, and I got hit in the face, and I just yelled to the heavens. I yelled, "Ain't nobody got time for that!" I lifted up that volleyball, and I spiked it so hard, it went into Ukraine, and that's why they're fighting this. Yeah.
Lord Jesus, I got bronchitis. That is something else right there. That is something else. You know, when I think about volleyball, I think about the foolishness that I had to deal with in high school. My principal, Mr. Detweiler, he used to always say, people who play volleyball don't deserve to play anything else. And so I said, Mr. Detweiler, that's not fair. You can't say that. I would say to you that my eye doctor is from Alaska. He's an optical illusion. I always found it tragedy with humor.
I can't believe it. I had the same principal. And you know what he told me?
What's that?
He looked at me one day, came up here with me right at my locker, and he just stood there, shaking his head, just all disapprovingly, and he looked me dead in the eyes and he said, that one's blank. And then he said, I want to be on you. Not in front of the classroom.
Mr. Detweiler was something else. When I told my mom about those rumors, she said to me, dog, sad, happy. And I said,
I heard about her. She got a hit on the head for coconut. I hope she's still all right.
yeah, she's doing pretty good. She's just a little bipolar.
Isn't the entire planet Earth a little bipolar?
It is, the whole thing.
I remember
Top to bottom.
I was watching an Inconvenient Truth. I started with the Inconvenient Truth. It was a rip-off documentary.
I heard that one sucked.
Yeah.
I heard Inconvenient Truth sucked too.
but there was a quote. At the very beginning, Al Gore said, "I gotta poop." And he explained that it was the methane gas coming off holding it in. They created global warming.
That doesn't make sense. More room out than in is what I was.
Exactly.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the one who taught me that saying was my old deacon. Yeah. Deacon John Jenkins. And Deacon Jenkins used to always say, on top of, more room out there, and he would say, "How much bull semen can I ship through UPS?" Come up with a clever response to that if I tried. But I tell you what, it was a lot. And it had to be handled irregularly too. I would explain it, it was so irregular, you had to handle it bucket by bucket. Couldn't put it on the belt, no, because then you have bull semen all over the belt. And nobody likes bull semen over the belt except lady bulls.
You say lady bulls. I went to a WNBA game in Chicago. And before they did it, right after the national anthem, the owner came out and she said the most inspiring speech. I don't remember all the ins and outs, but I remember one line that spoke to me the most.
All right.
She looked at it, and it looked like she was looking dead into my soul, and she said, "A monkey hit my aunt's right boob."
That's what she said.
The way she said, I must have spoke wrong. It was like, donkey called through a barrel at her chest. It exploded, and it felt like the emotions going on when I heard that speech.
Monkey boobs.
Monkey.
And it hits you every time. Yeah, speaking of monkey boobs, old Marv Albert, when he was calling those games before he got all up in the scandal and everything, he used to say, "Thurby rhymes with Furby."
I never thought of that.
And which is apparently what he would whisper to his lady friends over their answering machines.
I'm also a fan of sports ruckus. I remember I was at a Cubs game, and Harry Carey, he had been drinking all day.
Holy cow!
Well, and several other things. The thing that just stopped everyone during the 7-inning stretch is when he got on the loudspeaker and he just yelled, "Thank God for me!" And we did. We dropped on our knees and we thanked for Harry Carey.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, there's only so much you can thank for Harry Carey.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a nice steakhouse.
He is a great guy. That Harry Carey, speaking of the Cubs, I actually met Andre Dawson one time. And he shook his Jerry curl out and he said to me, "She's so positive she could make even a trip to hell sound pleasant." Who knew Andre Dawson was giving out tips to hookers?
I met my own Andre once, and he was French and passionate, and he was 7 feet tall and he was a day.
All right.
Yeah, Andre the Giant. He looked down on me, but he looked up in a way. But he just looked down because he was so tall. And he gave me this inspiring speech that made me feel tall. He said, "Family Guy cutaways." And then he just ran away. I think he was in one, I don't know. It may have been a fever dream.
Fever dream. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you that I met that guy from The Princess Bride.
You had something on your shirt.
That's reach right on in there.
Yeah.
I met the guy from The Princess Bride, right? Yeah, the one that jumped on his back. And he said, well, he told me this is what he said when he smelled Andre the Giant's poop. "Why is Derby such a big deal when there's this big deal?"
You have to understand, a bowler hat is very appreciated in the English community.
It is.
They were shooting over in England, and they said, "This Derby, it would be so important." And you know what? You couldn't see it. They edited it out, but it used to be on all the posters. I remember I was at the movie theater watching, and I just looked over at the popcorn maker and I said, "Hey, add extra butter because I smell extra butter." Yeah, it was a miracle.
case you couldn't tell, I'm done with your oil change there. I gave you the natural. And this is how I always wrap it up. I always let you know now, if you don't have enough cash to pay for it, this is the store motto. Kemp fucking hates Ghostbusters.
Well, I don't know who that is, but that sounds like a weird thing to say.
It is
I've
really weird.
I've heard legends about this Kemp guy. You know what they always say?
What do they say?
Well, there's two different things. The guys say one thing and the girls say another.
Mm-hmm.
The guys always say, dude, where's my car? I imagine that's probably here and you were working on it.
Yeah.
But the girls do, Kemp.
Mm-hmm.
They would just go, he's so dreamy, and they follow that up with, Cobra Commander is so awesome. So imagine that they all just left him for Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
I heard he's Joseph Gordon-Levitt under that mask.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Apparently he might be, never mind. All right. And so, wow. Imagine that. The ladies will say the same thing to me. Dude, where's my car? It's amazing. And there's your car, sir. Ready to go, shined up, buffed. You missed me shining it. That's how smooth I am.
Our next game, our penultimate game, is going to be very special because it's the first time we've played it on stage. It's going to be for JD. And for your viewing pleasure and your listening pleasure, we're going to bring up a special guest. If you like what we've done and you wondered where we learned it, we are a sister group of Damaged Goods, and one of the members of Damaged Goods is in the audience, Mr. Stephen here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to present to you Tony Awards, and in this game, we're going to start just a random scene. At any point, I think that's a great name of a song. I'll go, Tony Awards! And either Stephen or JD will have to completely come up with a song inspired by the last line of dialogue they said. So to get us started, what is a name that you wish someone named a Derby winner?
That shit.
What?
Balloon animal.
And yours?
Bitch.
Your suggestion is balloon bitch.
Give me a balloon, bitch! It's my first derby. My mom said I could get whatever I want, and I want a balloon, bitch.
Okay, I only do two kinds. I do animals and then I do peace statements. So
I want a snake!
That Tony Awards.
All my life, I've only ever wanted a snake. And if that's all you've got, then that's what I'll take. When I was a child, my mom got me a goldfish. And I said, Mom, that's so dumb. I want a snake. She said no, she got me a cat. I want a snake. She said no, she got me a dog. I want a snake. She said no. Let the squirrel inside. And I said no. I want a snake my whole life. I want a snake. I need something to scare Indiana Jones from my dreams. He's always taunting me in my dreams. And the only thing he's afraid of is a fourth movie or a snake. And so I'm gonna need you to make me a snake balloon, bitch.
you're lucky that's my favorite song. Otherwise, you would never get a snake from me. But you're also very handsome, and so I'm gonna tie this one around you. You know you look just like your father. I'm sorry, I said I wasn't gonna say anything about it.
Wait, you know my dad?
It was Derby, like.
Tony Awards.
It was Derby. He was fine with his slack pants and his tight behind. Derby, and I was young, and I was stacked popcorn. We rolled rides. We raced beds. It was Derby, and he was lovely, and he gave me my first oh. It was he was lovely. You're his son. Oh shit! I said I wasn't gonna cry.
That's awkward. I never really knew him.
So he doesn't talk about me then.
He's dead. Do you remember when Eastern Parkway exploded and they had a whirlpool?
Yeah.
He was in the whirlpool.
I couldn't get like hot coffee from Highlands like for 3 days.
I couldn't get my dad for 2 weeks.
I only had him a couple of minutes. He didn't miss much.
Soda Awards.
Yes, he was a 2-minute man.
I only had him for my life.
Yes, I was lost without him.
Right now I'm lost too.
But we can live together.
But I have a mom.
Fuck her.
Yes, I could.
Could be your mom.
You ain't sweet snake animal.
Could be your mom.
She could be my mom. She could be my mom. You could be my mom. What would I do if I had a new mom? I'd start buying out pocket for a bit and more. I'd be good for you if you were good to me. I'd do everything that you want me to be if you were my mom. Be my mom. Be my mom. Be my mom. Be my mom. Oh, be my mom. Teach me life and how to live. Teach me life things and the way to give. Teach me how to fold balloons into magic.
My secret.
Give me your secret.
You're my son.
Our final game, if you like songs about bitch, then it's a good time because we're going to close tonight with Bitch Concerto. It's for everyone and myself as the director. So, let's hear it for the entire What's going to happen is we're going to have an orchestra of people complaining about things. So, what is something about Derby that you hate the most?
Hats.
What was it?
Hats.
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 Those big goofy hats. Okay. What is something just about horses that you don't like or love?
Horses in general.
Okay, you just hate horses. And let's see. What is something? What is another sport that isn't derby that? And finally, what is something that represents Kentucky that you wish would just go away?
No teeth.
Mitch.
Broadway. No teeth.
What was over here? Oh. Well, I heard no teeth.
Yeah,
No.
teeth.
I heard no teeth and KFC. So, losing teeth to KFC.
Losing teeth to KFC.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the pitch concerto.
So what I hate about hats is the fact that I have a very large head. You know how hard it is to buy hats when you have a head this big?
Yeah.
You can't get one size fits all. You can't go shop at Walmart. You've got to go to the hat store. And you know how much hats cost at the hat store? I need to have a full-time job just to afford one hat from the hat store.
I grew up, and my whole life I tried to make horses like me. I grew up on a farm with about 600 horses. Each time I would go out and I would say, "Hello, George," to my favorite horse. And that day he kicked me in the face, and from then on I hated horses.
And you know, every time I drive past Seneca Park on a Saturday morning, I feel bad for those poor little children whose parents have drugged them out of the house, given them a ball, and told them to go run freely, kicking it about, and that this is going to better their life somehow. It's called soccer, and it won't. I tell you, it's not going to help you get a scholarship. It's not going to make you popular with your European friends because they do it way better than you do. And it doesn't really matter because it's not baseball. Okay.
Generally, I like things crunchy. I like pickles crunchy. I like ice cream crunchy. I like my chicken crunchy. But nobody told me that eating at that, what is it, KFC 11, that I would have to sacrifice my life's blood, my teeth. I love them. They're great, see? But something about the crust generally disagrees with my periodontal region.
And I'm bald. If I don't wear a hat, then I'm going to get skin cancer in my head. And so I might as well put hats on my medical deduction. But my medical insurance won't cover hats, even though they cost as much as a surgery for someone.
So I realized my next life mission was to get back at the horse that kicked me in the face. So I realized what I had to do was get a lot of raccoons and throw them at the horse. And they definitely don't like raccoons. I found that out. And then I realized if I just put all the raccoons in George's face, he would back up. And that's what he did. And then I realized I had my secret weapon.
Even by the age of 5, they've got a ringer. They're bringing Enrique onto the team. And I don't really think that's fair for the other kids. Because when I really like to play soccer, I know he's not a champion, he's only 5, but I would like my friend to have the chance to get that ball and maybe lead every now and then. You know what I'm saying? But Enrique's there. He's running for the goals. And I have a problem with that because I'm not even sure how Enrique's here. I'm not even sure.
So after I lost my second molar, I said I'm done. I don't care how delicious your chicken is. It's just not worth the wholeness of it. Because I believe that every civilized person really should be able to eat their favorite food and not have to sacrifice it to the angry, bloody gods.
So why are hats so expensive? Why are they complicated? They're the most complicated piece of clothing you could ever put on. Derby hat, bowler hat, big hat.
Love their coleslaw. And I don't ever want to have to go anywhere else.
Then you got you gotta have a certain type of hat for your outfit. I want to put on a Kango. I like LL Cool J. So why can't
I have to bring out other animals.
Will you take a back?
You know, just dealing with
okay?
horse, and
It doesn't really
So
matter.
if I can't dress like LL Cool J, everything I'm wearing, then why? What's the point of putting on a hat?
Nobody
Then I might as well just take off the hat and then.
So I almost gave up.
But I'm going
But then I realized I was just throwing my whole body at the horse. And it's not how much. And I was like, my body at the horse.
So this is the thing. I didn't even know what hat right now. You didn't know that? Oh, I hate your hat.
I'm finished.
I hate them. Oh my God. I'll shoot your hat. And that is why I can't stand no damn hats.
And that's why I never want to see another horse again.
And I think we should just switch to baseball, people.
And no chicken breast is worth your teeth.
We'll be taking a little bit of a break. We should be back maybe July. We're still checking on the schedules. If you want to find out more about us, please check us out on Facebook at Improv Anonymous. If you'd like to find out more of Stefan and his group, please check out Facebook's Damaged Goods, or you can check us both out on Damaged Goods' website, damgoodnation.com. That's DAMnation.com. Please make sure, if you got any food, or if you haven't yet, you want to get something, go downstairs. The food's great here, and the staff is amazing. If you bought anything, please make sure you tip the staff. They're the hardest working people here. And before we go, I would like to say, tonight was a very special night. It's the last show of for Erin house. She's going to New York.
New York minute.
So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out. We've been Improv Anonymous. And finally, what is something that represents Kentucky that you wish would just go away?
No teeth.
KFC.
Broadway. No teeth.
What was over here? Oh. Well, I heard no teeth.
Yeah, no teeth.
I heard no teeth and KFC. So, losing teeth to KFC.
Losing teeth to KFC.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Pitch Concerto.
So what I hate about hats is the fact that I have a very large head. You know how hard it is to buy hats when you have a head this big?
Yeah.
You can't get one size fits all. You can't go shop at Walmart. You've got to go to the hat store. And you know how much hats cost at the hat store? I need to have a full-time job just to afford one hat from the hat store.
I grew up and my whole life I tried to make horses like me. I grew up on a farm with about 600 horses. Each time I would go out and I would say, "Hello, George," to my favorite horse. And that day, he kicked me in the face, and from then on, I hated horses.
And you know, every time I drive past Seneca Park on a Saturday morning, I feel bad for those poor little children whose parents have drugged them out of the house, given them a ball, and told them to go run freely, kicking it about, and that this is going to better their life somehow. It's called soccer, and it won't. I tell you, it's not going to help you get a scholarship. It's not going to make you popular with your European friends because they do it way better than you do. And it doesn't really matter because it's not baseball. Okay?
Generally, I like things crunchy. I like pickles crunchy. I like ice cream crunchy. I like my chicken crunchy. But nobody told me that eating at that, what is it, KFC 11, that I would have to sacrifice my life's blood, my teeth. I love them. They're great, see? But something about the crust generally disagrees with my periodontal region.
And I'm bald. If I don't wear a hat, then I'm going to get skin cancer in my head. And so I might as well put hats on my medical deduction. But my medical insurance won't cover hats, even though they cost as much as a surgery for someone.
So I realized my next life mission was to get back at the horse that kicks me in the face. So I realized what I had to do was get a lot of raccoons, throw them at the horse, and they definitely don't like raccoons. I found that out. And then I realized if I just put all the raccoons in George's face, he would back up, and that's what he did. And then I realized I had my secret weapon.
Even by the age of 5, they've got a ringer. They're bringing Enrique onto the team, and I don't really think that's fair for the other kids because when I bring my kids into soccer, I know he's not a champion. He's only 5, but I would like my friend to have the chance to get that ball and maybe lead every now and then. You know what I'm saying? But Enrique's there. He's running for the goals, and I have a problem with that because I'm not even sure how Enrique's here. I'm not even sure.
So after I lost my second molar, I said I'm done. I don't care how delicious your chicken is. It's just not worth the wholeness because I believe that every civilized person really should be able to eat their favorite food and not have to sacrifice it to the angry, bloody gods.
So why are hats so expensive? Why are they complicated? They're the most complicated piece of clothing you could ever put on. Derby hat, bowler hat, big hat.
Love their coleslaw. And I don't ever want to have to go anywhere else for
Then you got
coleslaw.
what has that many hats? You gotta have a certain type of hat for your outfit. I want to put on a Kango. I like LL Cool J. So I can't.
I realized I have to bring out other animals.
Will you take a back?
You
and
know,
you just
deal
swing,
with this
okay?
horse,
And it doesn't really
So
matter.
if I can't dress like LL Cool J with everything I'm wearing, then why? What's the point of putting on a hat? Then I might as well just take off the hat and then.
So I almost gave up.
What I'm going
But then I realized I was just throwing my whole body at the horse. And it's gonna have a, and I was like, I'm not body at the horse.
So this is the thing. I don't even know what hat right now. You even got a hat? Oh, I need your hat.
I'm finished.
I hate them. I can't wait till Harvard. Oh my God. I'll shoot your hat. And that is why I can't stand them damn hats.
And that's why I never want to see another horse again.
And I think we should just switch to baseball, people.
And no chicken breast is worth your teeth.
individuals. If you want to find out more about us, please check us out on Facebook at Improv Anonymous. If you'd like to find out more of Stefan and his group, please check out Facebook Damaged Goods, or you can check us both out on Damaged Goods' website, damgoodnation.com. That's DAMnation.com. Please make sure, if you got any food, or if you haven't yet and you want to get something, go downstairs. The food's great here, and the staff is amazing. If you bought anything, please make sure you tip the staff. They're the hardest working people here. And before we go, I would like to say, tonight was a very special night. It's the last show of for Erin Althouse. She's going to New York. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out. We've been Improv Anonymous.